Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Railroad Tycoon 3. Railroad Tycoon is one of my favorite games of all time, and people keep requesting another game or two. So I'm happy to oblige. Let's make a video. Today we are going to be playing the German unification campaign. Let's read the text. In 1848, Europe saw successful revolutions in Milan, Paris, Vienna, and Berlin. This was a time of great turmoil and chaos as monarchies and republics came and went like the changing of the seasons. However, as any good capitalist knows, from chaos comes opportunity. The Germanic peoples of Europe are waiting for unification, if only a real leader could prove himself. There you go, that's the topic. Now, our goal, we have 30 years, generally speaking, although we only have 25 to get the gold. Our goals are to unify the various German states by connecting them via railroad. So we need to do 7 for a bronze, 10 for a silver, and have a personal net worth of 8 million. And for a gold, again, we only have 25 years, and we need to connect 13 German states and have a personal net worth of 15 million, which is quite pricey. Now, one of the first decisions we're going to have to do is pick a starting country. Now, they don't give you a lot of information on this screen as to what's what. As I recall, Prussia, I think, is the largest. Hanover, I think, has one of the bigger industrial bases, and Bavaria is maybe banking? I don't really remember, and they do tell you on the next screen. So it's worth giving all 3 a try, and I'm pretty sure I've done it on all 3 before. They're all a little bit different. I feel like playing Hanover today because I kind of like the more industrial aspect. We're going to take a look at that. Herr Plattner, we are expecting great things from you. Certainly realize that Hanover is not the largest of states. However, our banking connections, along with yours, it's the banking one, has improved our credit rating an entire grade. Besides, Hanover has a great industry base. I'm confident you'll succeed here. Okay, so it has both industry and banking. I'm not sure what that third option is then. All right, so here's the map. We have Germany. And there's a lot of towns. It's a big place. It's relatively flat most everywhere, and you might be thinking, well, how could this possibly be difficult? Well, the reason is, if we take a look at our company, and we look at where we have access rights to, you can see we only start over here in Hanover. This is the only place we can build rail right now. And we're going to have to spend money to unlock additional countries. And some of them are quite inexpensive. Oldenburg is only 300,000, but of course it's tiny. Holstein is 800,000, so on. But the big ones like Prussia, 10 million, as well as Bavaria, 10 million. Now, if we are going for gold, we need 13 countries. And that means we have to pick up every single one of the cheap countries, plus one of the big 10 millions. And I will probably pick Prussia, because it is huge, and there's a lot of big cities going on. Prussia's got an interesting problem if you start with Prussia, in that it's split in 2. Which is kind of awkward, but that's not really going to bother us much. So the great difficulty in this game is, well, connecting everything in time is definitely a challenge. The start is very challenging. And then to reach the personal fortune of 15 million can be a little tricky, because if you over-leverage your stock purchases, you can basically go into default. So you've got to be really, really careful. Now, having a fairly limited area to start out with, which is just over here, there may not be a lot of good industrial connections set up. Let's take a look at grain. We've got a few grain producers over here, and we do have a grain sink in Wolfsburg. I'm thinking, it's a brewery, which is good, because alcohol is always in high demand. Where is alcohol on this list? Yeah, just produced here. So actually, in our starting country, that actually presents itself to be a tremendous opportunity. Unfortunately, Wolfsburg is kind of small, so otherwise it won't be a very big financial thing compared to Hanover, which is a bit larger. That being said, a route from maybe Bremen to Wolfsburg would be good. Now the problem is, of course, there's not really grain directly in any city. I suppose there would be here. It doesn't tend to be worthwhile building a route directly to these farms. There's not usually enough of that, but sometimes there's just enough interaction. Port supplies logs. Anyone want logs? Bremen does. A warehouse also supplies the same thing, which would actually make this lumber mill pretty profitable. Yeah, clearly. How much does it cost to buy? 1.6 million. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a winner. First track is always so stressful. Right away, before we start, let's issue a couple of stocks in January. You can also take a look at the bond situation. We can issue a bond for 10%, which is better. Normally you start at 11% at the start of the game. But that's still pretty expensive. I feel we'll probably end up having to do it, because at some point you do have to get started. But I'm trying to figure out a good way to build my track. I think I'm going to start it vertically like this. And yeah, and in this scenario, everything has to stay connected. So that's one of the problems with Prussia. If you start over on the right side where Berlin is, you can't build anything over on the left side until you buy the countries that connect everything and then actually connect the track. So yeah, I don't think Walsrod is going to get an actual stop. It's just a little too small. But we can do something maybe like this and turn it this way. Let's see, I like that. Actually, we're going to have quite a bit of money. We might be able to do a triple connection here. I'll have to double check because, of course, our stations cost money. This medium station is going to fit there. Medium station is going to do well there. We are going to need one repair thing. I suppose it doesn't really matter where. I'm going to put it down here. Water, a couple of water towers, and then the initial train. Something like that. So we've got the Booth, the Firefly, the Adler. Well, Adler is very bad. The Firefly is faster than the Booth, slightly more expensive, worse fuel economy, and worse reliability. That's an interesting question. I think we'll go for the slightly cheaper, slightly more reliable one to start off with. I'm going to throw up to 8 cars on here. It might be overweighted, but I think right now actually they're going to be smaller cars. First load's just going to be milk, which is not much. So that leaves us with about 400k, which I think may be enough actually to do what we want here. Assuming we can actually physically fit a station. Perfect. Good, good. Actually, we're going to be fine. We'll set up the train first. And then we'll just put down a couple of water towers for now, and then as soon as we get our first payment, we can put down a repair shop here as well. And then we might have a Bremerhaven to Wolfsburg direct. I think it's going to be a good route. Gotta love the music in this game, too. Hope it's not being too loud. No, looks like the volume's alright. Okay. So what are we carrying here? Lumber, yes. Passengers, yes. So at first, there'll be these sort of industries that are really the backbone, but as we expand our network, the passenger traffic really starts to ramp up as you can get people where they want to go and you have more interconnections. We're definitely going to want to connect Hanover pretty soon because it's a bigger city. It's got a couple more warehouses, so again, we've got more of this various production of things. What else do they have here? Lumber mill. Oh, that's interesting. They have warehouses that produce lumber and a lumber mill. Kind of an excess of lumber here. Tool and die factories. Do we have coal anywhere? Probably not. Way, way, way down here. Okay. More lumber. Now that, of course, will equalize. The first loads tend to be the most valuable because it tends to be the biggest disparity in prices in places. Then it starts to equalize, and then you really don't have as much kicking out. If our credit rating could improve one step, let's see here. Wealthy investors have taken a keen interest in seeing you succeed. They, however, want to see you promote independent businesses. When you've earned $500,000 in industry profit, they will underwrite any industry investment you choose, making it 30% cheaper. Okay, that's a big deal. Now, the first thing I was going to... Oh, stop with the pop-ups. Thank you. What I was going to say here is if our credit rating improves one step, we'll probably take out a bond. Oh, I've got enough money to buy some of my own stock. In fact, I'll buy some more. And I can buy some on margin. Then I'm going to do this and drop the share price as well. And we're still okay, and it should grow, so I'm going to be okay buying this on margin for now. I'm not too worried about a margin call. I've got plenty of purchasing power relative to everything, so... so that gives me enough money for a little repair shop, which we definitely need on this route. There. So, time is of the essence. I really, because I'm not going to make a lot of money on this route as is, I really need to expand. Fortunately, crossing the river is going to be expensive. I can't go to Hamburg. There's a border here on the river. I could go to Ulsen, but it's tiny, has no industry at all, so it's not even worthwhile. I could build a stop in Valsrod pretty cheap, but I don't think it's worthwhile either. Really want to get to Hanover. Well, if we can cross to Hanover, then we can build a little sort of little triangle here with Salzgitter and Brunswick. I'm sorry to everyone who knows German. This is not going to be a pronunciation-friendly episode, because I don't really know how to pronounce German city names too well. And eventually we'll want to expand over here. Oh, growing prosperity is good. That will actually lower, even without an improved credit rating, will cheapen my bonds. So let's see what we can do with that. Let's put it on slow motion. And I think that we want our connection to go something like this. Yeah, I think that works. We'll probably put a big station here. Good. We'll need a tiny bit more money to actually afford our train. Well, actually, I suppose we can afford one now. Get it started. It'll run out of water along the way, but more logs for the lumber mill and milk. Okay. We're really going to end up with an excess of lumber here, which means really what we should do is build like a furniture store or something here. Oh yeah, dividend rate. Actually, I should kill the dividends entirely right now. I'm going to reinvest everything back into the company as is. Hope you investors don't mind. Passengers and mail, making a little bit of money. Now, we do want the cheaper industry bonus, and one of the things that we can do for that is we can, by building things like taverns and stuff, actually make quite a bit of money. We can hit the $500,000 just via these, and they're cheap for now, and they also, well, they just make a little bit of money, I guess. I don't know, maybe we don't have enough passenger traffic to really make it worthwhile. Oh, a premium on passengers, very nice. I'll probably end up having to take another one. I think that we want to connect Brunswick and Salzgitter pretty soon here. We also need another watering thing over here, right? Because I don't think I ended up building that. There we go. How you feeling? Still only at 10 grand a year. That's kind of annoying. We can issue a little bit more stock. At some point we're going to want to stop because we really need to increase our personal wealth, and to a great degree that's going to depend on us having a lot of valuable stocks. There we go. Something like this. I wonder if I need to take out another loan. The more expensive, or yeah, the larger train car, so it's going to slow down things. Munich has a distillery. That's interesting. We don't actually have access to that yet, but grade A. I wonder if it's going to go any lower. Prime rate is 6%. I think the economy can actually improve one extra step by itself. It's possible our credit rating is going to improve as well. I'm not sure. Because it would be nice if both those things happened, actually. It's a gamble. Like, do we wait for a cheaper bond, or do we take it now so that we can establish routes sooner? I guess it depends on how well we think our routes are going to pay off. I think those are going to do alright. Lumber mill, that's not helpful. Church. Bakery, that's interesting. Another bakery. Actually, there's going to be a lot of demand for wheat down at this end. Well, with the brewery and everything. So just enough to build one station. Another watering stop right at the intersection. We'll need a repair shop on this route as well. But then barracks near Dresden, which is there. Still neutral. God, what's it take to please these people? Actually, I should have maybe. It's hard to decide. Like, if I buy the stock first, it increases the stock price temporarily, so that my company will get more money from it. But then I'm ending up effectively paying more. Whereas if I issued the stock first, then I could get cheaper stock for myself, but the company would get less money. I think at this stage, well, it's pretty small either way, and I think at this stage, giving the company extra money is a good idea. But there's some pretty tough decisions to make in this game. Little optimizations, that you can do. There we are. And then we can change this train route. Oh, are you not getting service? Well, we'll have to take a look at that soon. 2, 3, 4, like that. That's what you're gonna do. Perfect. You really not get service? Bremen to Hanover? Oh, I guess the repair shop's on the other side. Alright. Whoa, we just got a big load in. I guess we put a repair shop there. Yeah, I didn't place those very smartly. I've got this one outside of Wolfsburg that doesn't need to be there. I should have just built it there in the first place. Ah, well. Alright, now we got a pretty nice network. Ah, AA rating. AAA rating. Please, my performance. 7%. Okay, yeah, the economy is still not perfect, because that should drop down to as low as 5. Now, we've got an actual pretty good route at this point. Okay, connecting Göttingen would be pretty valuable. Well, actually, expanding out west would be the most valuable. Economy slowing. Shoot, I should have taken out the bond already. Alright, it's only going to get worse. So, let's do this. Stock prices were going to go down slightly as well. The only question is, where do I want to connect the track to? Not crossing a river saves money. It also makes trains go faster, so maybe we'll try that. Just have Hanover work as the main exchange here. Come down this way. Good. Is medium station enough? Yeah, more or less. I mean, goods and people will travel a little bit, so that will work. And, well, this is a long route. We really don't want to put a train on here without a watering station. So there's one there. We're going to need another couple. So we're going to have to wait for a train load to come in and give us enough to buy another train. Like, oop, had it for a second. There we are. Something like that. There's a long distance here, so there might be a lot of price disparity to work out. No, well, lots of passengers so far, which is good. So I think I'm going to start dropping down all the hotels and things now. New train, more expensive. Quite a bit more expensive, but I think speedier, especially with limited load. Good express train, actually. We might make some specialized trains, we might not. Usually the AI, like the auto pricing, does a pretty good job, but sometimes, especially these speed record trains, because they get 20% premium already, and then you can sort of just build around that idea. We are going to need a repair shop, so I'm actually going to build one down here, because there's going to be some local routes coming out of Osnabrück to Meppen and Ark, just because of the distance. And it does have a bakery, so there's a potential there for some profit as well. What's this? There's a dairy farm, like, right here. Might not be a bad idea to actually have a local stop here and pick up all the grain and dairy. Wouldn't be the end of the world. I don't know. They are in a river, so they're... Oh, no. Well, yeah, a river here. So their goods will travel a fair extent by itself, yeah. Probably don't need to stress too much. Minor salary increase. Yeah, we'll buy that. Alright, I think this may be the last stock issue I do. Did I? Oh, I built the watering thing there. It's really unoptimal. How can... Ooh, thunderstorm. The music really doesn't apply to Europe very well, but I still like the music in the game. And there's a classic railroad era in the United States that this is very appropriate for, but not so much Europe. Small station? No. You know what? I'll do the medium one, because what the heck. And here as well. And we'll need a bit more money to actually be able to finish things off, but... Oh, well that was quick. Economy already back on track. 8%. No, we'll wait a little bit longer. And then at that point, we'll have literally... Oh no, we'll still have one place. I was going to say we'd have literally connected our entire territory. Ignoring Olsen, which I am going to ignore. We'll put another one there, and another couple there. And I think this will all be serviced by one train. And what the hell, I'll use the Crampton, it's okay. Probably. Yeah, it is faster even with 8 loads. A little slower if there's a grade, but no, it's fine. Nice salary increase. There we go. Good growth. Good times. Okay. And I'm going to start building the hotels and things now. We're going to start in Hanover. We're going to build a full complement there. Hotels are good if passengers are switching trains. Oops. Restaurants are good at all passenger stops. Taverns are good especially at the start of a trip. But in practice, especially the bigger cities can really do everything. And the post office just keeps mail longer, which may not be totally necessary in a very well-serviced stop, but the fact of the matter is, if mail is coming from Salzgitter and then has to sit in Hanover waiting to get a train to Osnabrück, that is still going to have some value. So we'll put taverns in these end stops. Yeah. Here. Bremen is going to be, it's going to have a full complement. It's going to grow pretty big. It's going to act as a bit of a midpoint when we connect to Hamburg. There's going to be good routes here, and yeah. In fact, we might make an Osnabrück to Bremen train. Dude, wait, hold on. Do I have... First of all, are you not getting serviced? Apparently you're not. I build a train that goes... The local there. Hey! The stock split. We'll talk about what that means in a sec here. A bonus, extra money. Excellent. So now the stocks have just split 2 for 1. So for every 1 stock I had, there's twice as many now. And it does mean the stock price drops in half, but then it tends to increase right away pretty quick. Yeah, so I don't think I built the train that goes from Osnabrück to Hanover. So let's do that right now, because that's important. You really have no cars? Huh. But yeah, it may be worthwhile building a track across here and then connecting Bremen to Osnabrück as well. Or, maybe it'll just wait until I expand to Oldenburg, and then I can have a connection that goes this way, or I'm not sure what. We'll see. Anyway, back to hotel building, because I think there's a lot of value there. So I've got the full complement there. Bremen, I hadn't built anything yet. Okay. And over here in Osnabrück, we're going to have the full complement as well. Because it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be pretty central. Once we get Prussia, it's going to be huge. And it does need a hotel because people are changing trains here, so it's well worth it. And this is also going to start bringing in industry money, so it'll discount my future industrial purchases. Like a 1.6 million, I don't know, it's dollars, but actually, I don't remember what kind of, would it be Deutschmarks? I don't know what kind of money would be period appropriate here in 1855. Heck, each one of these little countries might have their own currency at this time. I have no idea. Okay, that's good. Meppen, what are we going to build here? I guess we'll build a restaurant, because it's good all the time. And here we'll just build a tavern. Okay. I think that has a little bit everywhere now. Yeah, including here. Fantastic. I'm going to save up a bit and go to Göttingen. And then pretty soon we'll connect up to Oldenburg. There's a river here again, but I mean, they're almost so close, I'm not 100% sure if it's worth doing the little interchange here, but probably it is. And then probably what I'll do is I might build a train track. Good, salary increase. A train track goes directly down here to Osnabrück as well. And that way there'd be a way to go from Osnabrück to Oldenburg to Bremen pretty easily. In fact, I might just make that like a triple route. It's not a bad idea. Things are pretty scattered over here, but it's probably not worth building a big terminal for growing prosperity. Nice. Stock prices are going to go up. I can buy lots on margin. But I got to be careful because anytime the price could drop pretty dramatically. You know what? I'm gonna have Göttingen go straight to Hanover. That way, it's gonna get the maintenance factory, and it might even be slightly more profitable. And we can drop a tavern here. Retail just demands goods. I don't know if we have a lot of good production or any. Oh no, we do have a bit. If we ever build that furniture store. Boom times ahead. This is a good time to take out many loans. Look at this, 5%. I'm pretty much going to take out like unlimited 5% loans whenever that opportunity presents itself. I mean, the interest payments do add up, but my return on investment is much, much better. So we're going to expand to here. And yeah, I'm going to take a train track. We're doing wooden bridges rarely. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, that should work. You know what? You're going to get a big station because you can actually pick up a lot of things, and you'll probably be at a pretty important place. And then you can come in right over here. Lovely. I'll give you one more watering station kind of over here and here. And then we're going to pick up, actually you're going to get 2 repair stops, which is pretty fantastic. Something like that, bam. More lumber, good stops. And we can afford to expand somewhere else. Probably it's a little more expensive, but, well, that's the Netherlands, 50 million. We're not going to be expanding into there at all. It's just there for show. Okay, Holston it is. And where can we come into Hamburg that's kind of more efficient-like? Can we go through vertically here? Yeah, we can. So maybe something that is a very inconveniently placed building. There we are. Something like that. Actually, might want to build a stone bridge here just because we can double track it eventually, and they can go at higher speeds. It's more expensive, but I think this is going to be a big place. There's going to be a lot of traffic going through here. Probably worth putting the big thing to start off with. I think the turnaround times are better in the bigger stations too, even though it's going to be kind of awkwardly placed. Oh, I can place it there. Barely. Good. It's going to have a repair shop already. It just needs a couple of watering stops, maybe here and here. And we are going to have some awesome kick-ass trains going on here. So we're going to have Hamburg to Bremen. We're going to have another one, which we can't afford quite yet, but we will very shortly. 15% increased dairy production. Nice. Yeah, we're going to connect Hanover. We've got a lot of interconnections going on here. This is actually one of my most intricate train routes that I've ever put together. They're not complicated, but usually my things end up being very linear. There we go. Hanover to Hamburg. Only one passenger car, but that's going to improve soon. We're also going to make sure to give Hamburg the complete complement of passenger-type buildings. So yeah, another stock split. Salary increase. Can I do a bulk purchase? I can. There we go. We got to make sure we our purchasing power stays good. We're in boom times right now, so it's very deceptive. But look how much negative cash we have. So we have to make sure our purchasing power always stays positive. Can I issue some more 5% loans? I can do one. So I will take that. Okay. And we're going to connect Lübeck and Kiel here. Oh wait, I was going to build the pasture type buildings, which I think is a good investment here. Please, progress investors, immediate contact now only have to pay. Oh, I've already hit my industrial thing, which will actually make the restaurants and taverns cheaper too, which is awfully nice. Good. So, after we connect this stuff, we may save up for, I think, a furniture factory. We're going to do another pass through everything. You know what? I'm going to get a big station here, so I can grab quite a bit. Also steal a little bit of stuff from here already. Well, it's not stealing exactly, but there, I think that'll be okay. And this is going to be a kind of a local train, like that, like that, like that. And these are starts of trips, so we're going to give them a couple of taverns as well. Okay. Steel mill. Nowhere where I am. Okay, let's slow things down. So, if we built a... Do we not have furniture stores? What do we do with wood? Really? Maybe we haven't... Maybe it's going to come later in the game. Because that would be a really good thing to drop down. Now there's a lot of lumber in the world, I think. What about... Let's take a look at livestock. Lots of livestock being produced kind of here. You know, Hamburg could probably... How appropriate. Could probably use a meat packing plant. Because look at the livestock sources, and they're all going here, but we could drop into Hamburg and it would get a triple set. I think that'd be pretty good. That's not, it's actually pretty expensive. Holy cow. Even with our discount. It's probably 2 million normally. I'm not really doing the math, but 5% bond. Very nice. Bonuses. Yeah, we're growing very, very quickly right now. And these bonds can add up. I probably should stop with the bonds at this point, because it's going to cut into real profit at some point, but we can always pay it off later too. Meat packing plant. I think that's going to be a really good purchase. We actually have enough to buy a second industry of some kind as well. Now, what? Not much pulpwood being produced. Really? Still lots of grain. And actually not that many grain sinks over here. There are bakeries, but they're pretty minor. There's that big brewery, which is a big deal, but we could certainly build... We could maybe build one in Meppen. Right? Looks like there's 2 grain factories. Or grain farms. Let's take a look at the alcohol prices. Yeah, very high alcohol prices here too. So, I think a brewery would be very well called for. The official Meppen Brewery. Okay. We'll have to go back and check on them in a little while, see if they need an upgrade, which they probably will. Hopefully. If they don't, it means they're not going to be particularly profitable. I suppose I could connect the ends here of Brunswick and Wolfsburg and then do kind of a... Well, I can't really do that much of a loop at all, actually. Trains, very profitable. Lots of passenger cars. Lots of extra profit from them. Now that there's a big network, the passenger traffic is just worth a lot. So let things run for a year. We'll see where income starts to come from. And then we'll expand probably south into here. We could do one more north stop. And actually, I think that's what I'm going to do, just to finish off the north, because this is another German state here. This is, yeah, Schleswig. Wow, I'm so butchering that. I apologize. So I guess we'll buy it now and then kind of scooch around this way and then come in kind of like that-ish. And then something like that. It's kind of hard to weave through all these buildings, actually. There we are. Good. Good. You know, we'll give you a big one, because there's it doesn't really make much of a difference. Well, maybe it does. And then watering, watering, watering. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put one repair station in the middle. And I'm going to set up 2 triple routes, overlapping triple routes. So, well, that's good. So our stocks are doing very well. I'm going to do Kiel, Schleswig, Flensburg, Schleswig. Probably saying that so badly, but... And then we're going to do one here, like that. So they're going to overlap a little, but I think that's going to be fine. More salary increases. Actually, I should be buying more of my stock. A lot of purchasing power. We'll give it a tick. Oh, I was going to look at the report a little bit more carefully here. Income statement. So for 58, which is last year, not bad. So most of our money is express by far. All the passenger and mail traffic, very, very valuable. We're actually making more money from industry than the freight, and part of that is going to be all our hotels and things like that. of that nature. Now, of course, we have bought a couple of actual industry as well. Where's our interest? 324K. It's actually totally fine and totally manageable right now. We've collected 4 states. 11 years have passed, but things should start to go a little bit faster as well. Get another set of those stocks. And we'll be looking to expand again pretty soon. Actually, I wonder about right over here. How expensive is that? $1 million? Not bad at all, and there's some really nice cities in there. No rivers, lots of grain. Oh, I should make a train from Kiel to Hamburg more directly because it's going to have a lot of passenger traffic being fed in from here. I think. And Kiel should actually get the full complement of buildings, especially a hotel. But we may as well put the rest as well. It's got a tavern, so I'll give it a restaurant as well. And I guess these don't have it at all. Restaurants at every stop. Probably tavern. But you know what? We'll give them everything. Maybe not the hotel, but we'll give them the rest. Okay. So Schwerin's going to be a pretty... Well, they're all going to act as pretty major intersections. I guess maybe not Lübeck. Maybe a triple here and then Schwerin to Hamburg. Thing is, Hamburg to Neubrandenburg is going to be a pretty profitable route too, I think. These are just big cities. We're gonna have a lot of different trains going here, I think. We're gonna have to start looking at our track density very, very soon and probably start doing some double ups. I'm not building double tracks right now, I mean, no. Okay, that would have been, well, I probably wouldn't have been able to build anything at this point. It would have been too expensive. Do that. Actually, all these stops are big enough that they're gonna be getting this is a big one, and not enough money for that, which is fine. I think, have I built repair shops? I do. I don't have one here, though, which is not good. Your work has impressed many. In fact, some are saying you might pull this off. Some of the kingdom's leading industrialists have gotten behind you due to your excellent work. Arranged for you to get special cost on track materials. Since your work has improved their profits quite noticeably, all track will cost 15% less. Oh. See, that actually would have been more useful early on. But oh well. So I'm going to do this. Oh, come on, give me money. Oh, I should just be paid. Oh, it's because the speed's so low is part of it. The money flow is not what I'm expecting. Okay. Okay, boom, failing. Assuming I still have purchasing power, once the economy goes to suck, then I'll spend a lot more money, but I don't want to spend it while it's on a downswing. So yeah, I think these are going to be dedicated trains. I think there's just going to be enough to make it worthwhile. Big cities, big industry. Then from here, we'll make that a sort of a triple up. But then I'm also going to build an express here. That goes a little further away. I'll actually flag it as express. Look how much money this train is carrying. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, and we can build the full complement of everything in all these places. Now the money's just going to pour in. Although part of the reason there's so much passenger traffic is just because there's so much interconnection. We're going to take a look at one of these cities very briefly, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Wow, so much money. And we're going to have to look at upgrading our industries soon. Hopefully they're operating at max capacity. Right, so if I click on the economy slowing, which is fine. Still getting a bonus. So industry and freight are pretty much neck and neck right now. Freight's grown quite a bit, possibly because I'm feeding it some good industry. So if I look here, and then I look at the passengers, you can see everything coming to and going from Nuremberg, and this isn't necessarily even fully developed yet, because it's new. But there's like a lot of interconnections. A lot of people trying to go from here to Flensburg, and they're paying a lot, and that was up here. You know, an express... Did Kiel get all the love? Yeah, you know what? We're going to go and make this place a bit of a big stop, and then we're going to make another train that goes from here to here. And you know what? Maybe we're going to go right from Hanover to here. Like, they don't do as many stops, so, you know, sometimes the profits can work all kinds of different ways, but a lot of times these long routes just are really, really worthwhile in general. It's fast, express, high-value routes. And in fact, you know what I should be doing? I should be throwing a dining car on this and just say express. Probably the most valuable source of all this. I'm not sure. Maybe I should let it be automated. I don't know. Okay, so that's the game slowed down. We are making money hand over fist. Alright, let's do that. We should be fine. It's just a question of, you know, if our time is okay. I would really like to pick up Prussia, but we're not quite that strong yet. You know what? This track kind of sucks. I think Göttingen is going to be kind of sidestepped here. I'm going to go through Castle. Maybe this way, and then that way. There we are. So these are not big cities, but they actually should grow quite a bit once we start getting some train traffic through there. And Frankfurt is not bad. But they're long distances, and they have some industries, and so there's going to be some price differentials there that we can really take advantage of. Come on, bring in the money. There we are. Yeah, so these are not big, but we may as well connect them. I'm actually going to put a big thing in Castle, because it's going to be a pretty important stop. And water, 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 water. And we'll need some repairs. And we don't have one between here and there, and we're definitely going to need one. So, you know, I'm going to put this here, because I think we might build a track this way later on. And I think, yeah, maybe here. Okay. So build me kind of a more of a local this way. We'll have two overlapping more local trains again. Like that. And then weapons factory, really? That's new. I don't know if we're going to be able to really produce that. 20% cheaper locomotives. Nice. Recession ahead, yeah. So from Kassel to Hanover. Yeah, big money thing. More salary increases. Despite being in a recession, stock prices, purchasing power still really high despite being in a recession. Nice. In fact, at this point, what I'm going to start doing is paying a dividend again. Let's say $500,000 a year in dividends. 240,000 stocks outstanding. I own 90K, so I'm not going to get a huge amount of money, but it's going to help offset this cash negative, which is going to be important if ever we get in like freaky situations. It'll happen, then you'll go bankrupt. Everything will be going perfect. You know, you've got like $14 million total in stock, but then the stock price drops just a little too low. You get negative purchasing power, so you are forced to sell off stock, and when you sell off stock, the stock price goes down. So then your purchasing power goes down even further, and it turns into this cycle where you end up selling all of your stock and you're still millions of dollars in debt, and there's no coming back from that. And all of a sudden, we have 4 million. Crazy. I'm going to keep connecting the little places, but I'm wondering if it almost might be better just to save up at this point and connect Prussia. How in the heck? Oh, I guess that'll work. Replace the train. We could probably replace a lot of trains at this point. I'm going to slow it down here because the money's almost coming in faster than I can spend it. I don't want to be inefficient. Oh, there's a building there. So if we come in kind of this way, we can do one of my favorite things, which is to build a circle. Is this Prussia? Yeah, so we're not going to be able to go through there. Not yet. Oh, right, now I've got to check the traffic density at some point. This is all single track so far. There are no collisions. There are sort of built-in little sidings that you don't really see, but they're there. So the trains can pass each other, but it slows them down dramatically to do so. So you don't have to worry about crashes that way. So we're going to build a repair shop here, here, and way over here. And then, we need stations. And then you can do this. We can set one set of trains that go clockwise, make a nice loop. And then I can make another train going counterclockwise. And I love to service things like that. Feels good. Feels like the sort of thing that would happen in real life, you know? More salary increases. Which is good because it gives me a lot more purchasing power. In fact, let's buy a huge lot of those. Prime rate's quite high, yeah, so we've got huge positive purchasing power despite being in a huge recession, so we are laughing, ladies and gentlemen. Where did we put our industry? Don't we have a brewery over here? It is definitely not operating at capacity, so it could be doing 6 per year. It's turning a profit, but it's not actually getting serviced very well. And I thought we had a meat packing plant over here. And this could pack 4. It's almost getting there some years, but not quite, so it's not worth upgrading. Why can't I scroll? Uh-oh. Okay, no. I'm gonna save, because something's going weird here. Yeah, see what my old saves. Oh, there we are. Okay. Weird. So we could expand probably somewhere else. Yeah, that'd be a good expansion. Let's do that. Come off from Kessel over here, into Erfurt, into Jena? I don't know. It's starting to get kind of hilly. Not even convinced this is going to be a profitable route right here, actually, but you are big, so you can get that. And you're quite so spread out, so you'll get one of those. Repair shop there. And we'll have a train that does one of those, which should be fine. And then, yeah, I'm not convinced this is going to be super profitable, but we'll give it a try anyway. Triumph reaches the rest of the world, received contributions. 500,000 personal cash, again, helps my purchasing power a lot. Good. I'm going to wait for the share prices to sort of normalize here, because you can see that was my last big purchase. Shot the stock price way up. They should come down and normalize. Book value per share, so we're way above the book value per share, which is not good, especially since it's dropping right now. Because the share price is what people are paying for it, and the orange line here is what the company is actually kind of worth. But ideally, the share price is always going to be a little bit above that because people are predicting the company will be worth more later on, right? That's the sort of idea. I'm forgetting to build. Oh, actually, I should do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did I ever build it in Castle? No, I did not. Nor any of these stops, so that's no good. So, and it's the hotel I haven't built yet, right? Yeah. Definitely in Castle. Okay. The hotels will probably be profitable most places that are large enough, but try not to spam them too much. Excellent. Stock price is almost back to normal. There we go. Should be fine. Things are looking very well. Economy back on track, yeah, so things are definitely going to start going up now, although it's still not totally normalized. Alright, expand. And that's the best way of doing this. This feels kind of awkward. So we can just come off the end here. Connect to Jenna. It's not a very straight route. Like, I'd like... Now, this would be fine if I could start another route somewhere else first. If I do something like that... Alright, it's kind of ridiculous, but... It's pretty ridiculous. But it's straight-ish. Growing prosperity, oh man. Probably just pay more dividends. In fact, I definitely can. Buying back stock would be a little expensive, but... Kind of like it, because then I would get more dividends personally. Right, less other people out there. Oh, you're already connected, alright. Where are you? There we are. Yay! 16 years, 10 states, good stuff. In fact, don't we already have silver at this point? Let's go ahead and make a stone bridge here. We've got the money. Come on, where are you going to cross? This is rather hilly and awkward, that's the problem. Huh. Well, that's no good. I don't think we actually get money back for that either. It's going to be in my way for certain. Why can't... Well, I guess that counts. God, that is some awkward track. A very inefficient way of laying down these little helpers, but what the hell. So that's going to be a direct. As will this. And then, from here to castle. Actually, not very financially awesome, but... And you know what, we'll build kind of a little, local here. These are all pretty big cities, or there will be, so I'm giving them full compliment. Like, Zwickau is not very big right now, but it's a great place to act as an in-between, and so we're going to grow it, is what's going to happen here. Oh, good. Price actually dipped down a little. Probably because I wasted a bunch of money, my book value didn't do so well, but... Alright, my personal net worth is well above where it needs to be, so I can stop spending, and then I never have to worry about a margin call, so I'm laughing now. So now the only challenge... Oops. Is, yeah, I've got my net worth. I just got to connect 13 states. I've got 9 more years to do it. I should be fine. So, yeah, Baden and Württemberg are the more affordable ones. I don't have a whole lot of money banked. I can probably almost kill the dividends, although part of the reason my net worth total is higher is because it's a prediction of the dividends. I am 10 million in debt. I guess I'm going to keep the dividends for now until I got more padding. And what's the latest train? Oh, this Farley. Oh, is that what I'm using, really? I should not be using a Farley anywhere. I should still be using Cramptons. That is, yeah. Hold on a sec. Replace. We're going to replace all Farleys with Cramptons. Farleys are good for some things, but not for this. Yeah, this is a really awkward place to build. I think what I might do, rather than build track down here, because it's really, really quite hilly, you can see, I'm probably going to buy both, go through here, and then build spurs back from Stuttgart into the various Baden territories, like Strasbourg. Hey, this is the Rhine. I didn't even notice I was talking about rivers and stuff. And you have no water? That's a water tower there, so... yeah, that was weird. Maybe it's just really hilly? Strange. Okay, I have enough to double purchase right now, but I need a little more to build track and everything. There you go. So my debt's going down a little bit. My total purchasing power is going down a bit, just as that spike is dropping, but overall, we're in good shape. Okay, so we're going to purchase Baden. Yes, replace with a Crampton. And Württemberg. And we have lots of money left over. Slow it down just a tad. Boom times ahead. Wonderful. And, oh, this track ends at a building. Oops. Come on, jiggle. There we are. You know, we'll go straight here. Come on. Alright, build there, and then come down this way. Like, the track layer doesn't really do pathfinding around things. It does a tiny bit, but not much. So I can build these shorter segments, and maybe I should do that more often. Ah, steel railroad bridge is actually quite nice. Double track, moderate speed, much cheaper than stone. We can actually connect Ulm over here. Ooh, tunnel. Well, we don't have the money for that right now. We may soon, but we're going to hold off and see. So Stuttgart is going to get a big station. Ulm is also. And we need lots of water, especially here. It's really, really hilly. So you need a lot more stops for sand, and just everything goes slower as well. Need some repair shops. There. I guess we could build a water thing right there as well. And then some trains. So we're going to go direct from Ulm to Stuttgart for one, because those are big stops. And then we'll have a sort of a local servicing here to the south of Stuttgart. Oil well, Dusseldorf. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And then we're going direct from Stuttgart to Darmstadt. And then we'll build a local soon once we connect Mannheim over here. Something like that work? Yes, good. So we actually need a couple of watering holes there. And then we can have a little local like so. Yay! Grain shipments up 20%. That's actually pretty nice. Net worth is good. 12 states is good. Now all we have to do is save up 10 million, and we're going to win this well ahead of schedule. Because I think we've expired all the cheap ones. We've got Bavaria. Bavaria and Prussia is all that's left. Everything else is a separate country. 10 million. Our net worth is good. Bit of a drop there. Net worth might drop a little. Oh, that's probably with the ending of the dividends, that's all. Yeah, sorry, that's not going to happen, buddy. Now, if we'd gotten Prussia earlier, we had actually been able to use this to make money, for example, right? Whereas now, we're literally just going to connect one city and then insta-win. But, still fine. Money really is coming in nicely, isn't it? Really, no sand and water. You've got a rough route there. Yeah, we're going to make sure there's a pit stop right up there, but we'll give them one at the bottom of the hill, too. Yeah, these hills, like, they go so slow. The Cramptons do pretty well on hills. There we go. Look how much faster it goes downhill and with water and sand again. Nearly there. Net worth is awesome. A split, so it's going to go even higher. Yeah. Good stuff. Well, here you have it, folks. We are approaching the end of it. I hope you enjoyed this game. I love this game. The economic model, I just adore. I want to see more games that have an interesting and complex inventory or economic model like that. You know, like every tile of this grid, I don't know how it calculates all this stuff and moves the cars and updates the pricing. It's fascinating. You know, and this comes from a time when I don't think people were doing multi-threaded things either, so I'm not sure how they were doing the updates in the background and still not killing the CPU. Or they're only updating like part of the grid at any given time. These are the things I want to know. Alright, so we have enough money now. Let's pick up Prussia. And what's the quickest city? Probably going from Kessel to Paderborn. Kassel, I should say. Whoa, I just moved the camera. Don't do that. I like strictly facing north. And then we build one of those. And gold! What do you think? Good game. Well played, guys. Hanover's 4-star city. Almost, it's got the 5th star starting. Really wonderful. I've united the country. You're welcome, Germany. You're welcome. See you next time, folks.